Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Hey there, JD, welcome. How are we doing today, folks? We're going to be continuing our Midnight Walk playthrough. I want to regain some ground. I've missed too many streams recently. Get back into that. Bunch of needless Twitch pop-ups. Oh, but should be a good time. Let's check in with the kitties first, though. We have Sky deciding on a spot up there in the tree. We have Mason and Sammy on the bed. It there. Feeling a bit better. I once again have to put the disclaimer. I may have to stop and cough for a bit now and again. That has not gone away. Sadly. Beverage. What is it? Ghost energy drink. Makes a Welch's grape flavor. And it is delicious. Just delicious. Checking some buttons here before we get rolling. You're gonna sit with me, Ember. Otherwise, move along. Yeah. Ember. Okay, let's see here. Let's pause that. Turn on desktop sound. Oh, again, the game can be a little loud. We are going to make sure we tune that sufficiently. Oh, what are you? Ah, okay, that's like, that looks like this, I think the sister puppet? Okay, I think...
I had a flame once. It was beautiful and bright.
I don't remember this spot.
Brought me and my neighbors warmth. and it was always hungry. No matter how much I fed it, it kept on growing and growing. And
as fires want to do.
Gotten big enough to start walking the long road. I didn't guide it. It dragged me along for the ride. I
interesting.
It for a long, long time. Would the road ever end? What was the point of the walk? Things kind of spiraled. Road took me on dangerous detours that didn't make sense. Before I knew it, my flame began to fade. Until it... Well, I don't think I was meant to carry this flame.
This doesn't seem like the right spot. Seems different. Then again, this is the first time we've started again. Okay, we have a teleport cabinet. Because there was like rain last time. Volume 6 of Who Took Away the Sun. Kitty cat. I'm just going to turn the sound off for a moment. We are going to hop back to the main menu and double check something. I turned it down because the menu music is very loud. There we go. Like it skipped us forward one.
Dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would
The
belong
idea that
as long
this
as
whole
the
world
midnight
is
walk.
like is the result of essentially like hobby craft or just, you know, claymation work. Yeah, this is where we ended last time. And notice that it wasn't until the rain started that this guy extended their umbrella. Say they because it's like a four-sided creature. See, the little fire guy is running from cover to cover to avoid getting extinguished. Pretty sure we didn't get all the way. We didn't get any further than the Mulgrim. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe we stopped here, and that Coal Haven is where we just were. The stars are hanging from strings. Okay, yeah. Okay, we were on track. Just jog back to where we were before I double checked. We follow the wisp. It's ominous that they panned back. No footprints in the snow. Hello, Molly. Hello, Molly.
There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter.
You can't bite the mouse cord.
Dark cave. Step into
He says,
my
I very
world
clearly
of
can.
the dark. It will warm you if you surrender your wants.
She doesn't frequently do it, and she won't do it if I'm not using the mouse, but she'll kind of nip and pull at the mouse cord, which I must intervene to prevent her from doing because she is, like Sky, a chewer. Something that way. No, no, don't chew that one either. You menace. Little menace. There's something near here. Oh, there you are. Check back in some of the other little spots here. Make sure there isn't a little treasure cabinet hiding. They don't use that mechanic constantly, but the close your eyes and listen does show itself, and I like that. That's a neat touch. Oh, well, you weren't pleasant. Little tubes that little guy can go through. Need to get him up there. Backpedal a little bit to get him to pop out of that. He seems to have gotten stuck. Okay, he went into one of those. Where did he end up? He's still there. That's a problem. All right, can we run back far enough? Is kind of annoying. There a summon him. Doing what I can to test this because the potential fix is go all the way back, reload the level. And we might have to do that. Nope, he's well and truly stuck. And hello, Daniel. Welcome. Reload. How you doing today, Daniel? that's a dead one. Okay, that's no good. Oh, okay is better than bad. And spectating, yeah, this one's pretty interesting so far. I'm guessing left. Wasn't left. Right, it is. Should put him up there. Nice. Stand on this. This game is called The Midnight Walk. There are some stealth elements, a lot of puzzle elements, but otherwise very walking and narration focused. One of its big sells is all of the models in Similar are actually derived from little clay figures. Like, all this stuff was sculpted and then put into the game. And they used animations to make it look like claymation. At least that is my understanding. Like, there's something there. See if we can get a different angle on it. How did I even find this particular game? Like, I do recall seeing, like, launch videos or similar for it. Like, more of a, this game is in development kind of videos. And was reminded when I saw, stuff on Steam about it. Friend tossed me a copy, and that further confirmed its existence. A different angle. Definitely out that way, so maybe we'll get a different angle on it further in. I hope he didn't get stuck again. Okay, good. Ah! Well, I enjoy a variety of game types. I was joking with somebody that recently my playlist has included things like Tower Dominion, a tower defense game, which I enjoyed. I like the upgrade mechanic in that one. This game, which is a narration kind of walking simulator with some other puzzly elements. 100 Line Last Defense, which is a very kind of visual novel-y narrative game, but with tactical combat. I dusted off Dead Island 2 recently, which is the goriest zombie game. And then Fantasy Life I has been eating a bunch of my time too, which is a really cozy, wholesome kind of adventure crafting game. I played Kingdom of Amalur. Generally enjoyable. I will say the controls and the UI have not aged well. Oh, good. Thing. The Moonbird. He was one of the puzzles that we had to solve in the last level. We had to properly sort the sequence of a story or else he would eat us. At least that was his threat. The close your eyes thing makes can make sounds if there is something hidden, and it is directional. So I think, well, onward. Oh. I don't like you at all. None of that.
The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else.
Ah, okay. See ice forming at the edge of the screen. Little guy T-posing into the distance. Oh, you freeze up fast. Oh, okay, well now we know why you do that. Ah, the music in this is so well done. The light mechanical elements, light like run from the monster or evade the monster kind of mechanics. Nothing like heavy combat so far.
Then the cat saw it. Rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap, share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell.
So we have arrived in the actual level now. Let's see. There's a dark pit in the front there. Lots of the stealth monsters. On the left, the little multi-legged things with tails are creatures that eat flame. So, Potboy will avoid them, and you generally use that kind of thing to lure them around.
Hello, Mother. The well said to give it a match, so you and I could talk again. I hope this works, because that was my last one, and well, it's cold now. But it doesn't matter. We can finally talk after everything. So, how are you? Do they have fire where you are? Not the hellish kind, I hope. Is Father there too? I think you should talk to him again. I know it doesn't seem like it, but
I can't see the
I know
mountain
he
we're
loves
going
you
to
still.
right now.
I love you. Still, I can't feel my hands. I can't feel anything.
We're going to look around before we feed the dark fire. It's almost got a bit of the vibe of some of the Dark Souls games where it is, like, you're playing as, I believe, the burned one, or a burned one, and you encounter the little kind of fire carrier, the Potboy here. We can see evidence of other Potboys, at least in one case where we encounter a shattered one. And the respawn points around the game imply you're not unique. Like, there are other burned ones. Or there have been and will be, kind of thing. Use Striker. Is that button? Remember all the buttons. Or at least look up the buttons. Drop item is G. The theme so far is giving the dark fire. It can grant you keys and similar. Is that a good thing? Doesn't seem like it would be. Are we going to do it anyway? Yes. I mean, for one, we want the game to happen, but also, because it's neat. Okay, we can fire a... Okay, we fire matches through the flames on those towers. Spinning. I mean, if I recall, First Order, you got your answer last time. Need to stand back there. Is there another switch around for... Or is it a line of sight thing? Nope, seems like there's another switch. Buttons and what have you. Oh, little door thing. Wow. Wouldn't even know where to start. The accents on letters usually tell me I'm going to mispronounce it. Frozen over trees. Big icy chains around a big furnace thing. Ghosty. Alright, that was the thing that we saw fade out last time.
Welcome to Cool Haven, newcomer. Good to see you flame in these parts again. I'll be your guide tonight. This furnace here used to run on coal and fire, don't you know? But
Don't you know?
stole all our matches and wasted them in greed, you see. Now the ghost has come to smite the wicked and punish the thief who killed us. Well, I guess that's it. That's a tour on the house. There's a bone right there in the snow.
There are 4 bones. The bones of the thief.
There ain't no place for a bone.
The thief's right arm. The dark itself will find work for idle hands to do. These bones now yearn for the grave of the thief. The skull and the left limbs remain.
Oh, do you feel that? Something's changing. That furnace was the soul of the city. We used to worship it, us coal miners did. Fed it trees and fire like it was a hungry, angry god. This broken body's going nowhere, but yours is. Walk the streets, listen, just don't believe
As there's a real dreamlike vibe in this, a real, I mean, kind of fable story told kind of vibe.
Like the crone's crude pettings. Her hands tugged at her fur. Now, rest still, the crone said, as she pulled out a crooked knife. The cat was quick and escaped just in time.
The thing the crone said when she invited the cat is, if you'll share your fur. That's a respawn point. That kind right there. Alright, that's the first red eye we've seen. Okay, well. Told us to listen, and that seems to have teleported us again. Or I'm just discombobulated. Disorientated. Oh. Jeez. That thing running at you, the red-eyed thing, is a level of tension they haven't had yet. key. Lots of extra blue matches in case you have discarded yours. Because of the style of animation they're using and the visuals on some of them, sometimes it gets a real Silent Hill creature vibe. The thief's leg. It tried to run and it tried to hide, but now it walks home to the grave of the thief.
He killed us all.
Just stop chasing me. He threw the match to the dark to get it to give us the key.
See a ghost.
2 more chains to go.
The thief loved the stars. Would have plucked them out of the sky if it were possible. But the dark itself stole her stars, turned the thief's sky as black as a cup of joe. And so the thief began to steal matches and lit them, hundreds of them, like little stars of her own.
You see the burned out matches around the grave.
The house on the hill lies open. You hear the scream.
Crooked path to the house on the hill. Do you hear the screams? Oh, good. A collectible. We've only seen this thing once. The first campfire that we lit, this thing appeared at it. One of many species found in the forest along the walk. Some creatures prefer not to have names. It is taller than us when it's sitting.
she sought warmth. It had a price. The miners needed the cat to get rid of the rats, and the vicar wanted her protection from bad luck. Bony hands reached out from all around her, trying to grab her.
Each level having its own kind of story in the world. It does have that sort of, let me tell you the tale of.
The burnt matches lead to the house. Brothers and sisters, hunt down the thief. The matches. Follow the burnt matches. Follow the matches. What did we do? Brothers and sisters, hunt down the thief. The matches. Follow the burnt matches.
And then for what they did. The trail of burnt matches. It leads to the house on the hill. It's them. Burn them. Like they burnt our home.
So I wonder what we're actually accomplishing by getting the bones back. We're definitely managing to miss some of the collectibles.
We're running out of matches. You've met your match thief. You'll burn for what you did.
One of the general themes so far, this is the second level, has been fire leading to violence or destruction. So in the Mulgrim level, the last one, the local people found the Mulgrim and stole its fire and became warlike to a dangerous extent, which resulted in their heads orchestrating their own decapitation, separating the heads, the nobodies, from the bodies, the somebodies. And then the Mulgrim, out of revenge for them having killed its mate when they stole the fire, begins eating the heads.
The furnace is dead. No matches left to light the oven. We'll freeze to death because of that thief.
Some of the mask and face designs are suitably creepy. So the upper part of its head is two different faces. But down below, you have the mouths of the upper heads forming the eyes for a lower face, which ends up making the upper noses look almost like extended brows. There's our vanishing ghost again. It's like we need another key. Hey, that burns out real quick. Needs a mask of its own. This is the matchlock. The Mother's Mask, a death mask forged from the Mother's fate. It has something to tell, and a ragdoll could help it speak.
Ah! It burns! It burns! What's... oh, this isn't my body. The fire, did we snuff it out? Where's... did I save them? The house. It's ruined. Well, it wasn't supposed to go down that way. They locked the door, threw the key into the woods. Huh. There was so much anger. And now there's nothing. This body is so uncomfortable.
That thing's movement and
I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods with our door key dangling from its tail. I ran, tried to chase it, grab the key, and when I did, the creature turned around and its face, it was the face of this whole town.
wow. When it stood up and started talking to us, as well as when the blocks moved out of the way, was one of the clearest moments of looks like claymation to me. I suspect a lot of the secrets we're missing are because we're not stopping to do the close your eyes and listen frequently enough. There's our respawn point. Okay, before we proceed, quick break. I will be right back. Let me return. Okey doke. Was carrying Sky, so I couldn't stop and pet Mason. You could see him returning to the bed. If I walk past, he will wait for me to return. He'll trot over to lay in one of his spots to get head scratches. And then once I am past, again, he will run back to the bed and nap. Okay. We need to lure that thing to flames. missed the obvious hide cabinet there. We may have messed it up again. There we go. Yeah, we step out of a coffin again after we're dead. Go back and get some matches. Hopefully, we will be able to lure it away. This compared to the last level, this one seems to have a lot of glitch-prone areas, which is frustrating. Okay, it left. Okay, mess that up. I see what we have to do now. Matches. They can't chase you through these little crawl spaces, so... Like it's over here, maybe? Like, listen to the ice. Sneaking. Got our house key now, though. Crawler. Made with corrupted clay from underneath the work table, the crawlers are always starving and on the hunt to repay the debt of the fire owed to the dark itself. So, discarded clay.
That's it, that's the key. Unlock the door. Please. I want to see my home again.
Is that the thief, or since the Mask of the Mother, is that the thief's mother? So we did get the "I want to talk to Mother again" as the opening message.
Furnace is getting weak. Council says we're running out of matches.
We'll have to harvest more trees then.
I don't like it. Losing the forest like this.
Not like we have a choice.
Mom, Dad,
Oh, girl, you startled me.
they're coming here. All of them.
What's that you're holding?
It's just a match.
Yup. So, the supposedly the kids stole all the village matches, which was leading to them not being able to light the furnace. So they chase the kid back to the house to retaliate and lock the family in there.
The cat felt as if the walls around her were growing taller, the alleyways narrowing. Turning a corner, she bumped into a girl sitting in the snow. In her bony little hands, a lit match. "What do you think of my star?" the girl asked. "Isn't it pretty?"
Well, missed this one. The Soul Fisher. In the beginning, there was the dark, the road, and the Soul Fisher playing his banjo, or so they say. Between the levels and between major areas, he shows up at campfires. And his manner of speech has a real Fable vibe to it. Well, one more piece of the skeleton after this.
The crooked path to the house on the hill lies open. You hear the scream?
You hear the screams of the people who were locked in the house and the house lit on fire.
With no matches left, we couldn't light the furnace. And the thief paid a terrible price for her burning greed. As the furnace died, one by one, so did we. but before we perished, the dark itself moved into our hollow husk, turning us cold and wicked. If I had a heart, I'd feel great shame for what we did. I'd feel great shame for what we did. The old man feels it too. Should have been long dead with the rest. He just wasn't ready to go.
Got it.
Yeah, at least he has a reason for sticking around.
Yeah. What do you want, Scott? What do you want? Huh? Says, I want chin scratches, so gimme. This guy likes real intensive head pets and whatnot. Like when he wants his ears scratched, he'll twist and lean all the way in to get it. And his toes really flex. Look like grave markers and like stick figures on them. Auntie Merkel. Merkels are sun-loving beings who are afraid of the dark. Yet there are several tales of Merkels who dared to seek it out anyway. The Merkel is in the story of Who Took the Sun. Or Merkels are. What? Come here. Yeah. You have food. So that's not the issue. He only comes to complain about food if the dishes are empty. If you have a cat that complains that it doesn't have food when it clearly has food in the bowl, it usually means the bowls are too steep. Put the food on a plate or in a raised dish with no edges or no steep edges. And they'll tend to complain about missing food when there is no food for them to have.
We killed the thief. She killed the furnace, so we killed her. Murderers all. Murderers. We got... The old man is the one left. He carries the shame of us all.
No rest for us after what we did.
Yeah, they ran out of matches and they were running out of matches, and you get the impression that they had to use some matches to burn the house down. This guy tromping by.
What have I done? What did we do? I thought we'd just punish her.
Okay, that's definitely the way that we go. Let's check over here.
Shame. Shame.
Now, the question would be, did they intend to burn the place down? Seems like they did. He's humming the same song that was on the recorder there.
Oh, that voice. What I wouldn't give to hear her sing again. Those sweet, sweet tunes like fallen leaves of the trees that were. Such a waste. Such a shame. I wish I could hear her sing again. Just once. Just once. Oh, I know she stole from us. I know what she did to our town. But she could sing. This town's not much without fire, no. But it's even less without song. If I could just hear that lullaby one last time, I know I'd be able to move on.
That in mind, where is... Okay, we can't find the shell again. Troublemaker. This guy has gone into nuisance mode. Water dish is full, food is available, so he just wants attention. Yeah. But he also doesn't want to just be held still. So he has a habit of running around and chirping and wanting you to actively pay attention to him wherever he goes. So sometimes it's a matter of catching him and just lavishing him with so much attention that he gets his fill and a little bit more and decides to go lay down. Really get those fingers working the ears, give his brain a scratch, you know? While I'm petting the cat, off topic of the Midnight Walk, the game I'm working on, I finally got one of the pieces of logic that had been bothering me resolved. And that's the rotation logic. We had seen that under some circumstances it started to go completely haywire, and I need to revisit it. And after a great deal of additional math, or at least plotting out additional math, I have that functioning as a single vector instead of more complicated assumptions. So that should help. That should help. Got those data files updated. Next thing is going to be to revisit a bunch of our data files and change the way they're parsed so that they can be a little bit more understandable how you set them up. Right now, what we're seeing is a bit of one of the downfalls that you can, or one of the pitfalls of object-oriented design, and that's getting too many types of objects when you don't really need another one. You know, you don't need a list of cars object when you can just use a list and fill it with cars. Interesting. So we need the singing head to have him hear the lullaby and give us the skull. But its speaking kind of implies to me like it may have set the darkness on the town. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute. Key critters steal keys. Close your eyes and listen for them and chase them until they give up. Sky is getting a little chubbier. All right, you. Does often happen as they get older and a little more sedentary. Don't you bite. Don't you bite. Okay. Blue match again. Blue match might let us see the red eyes. Well, that's a thing, Laura. Red-eyed thing is kind of disconcerting when it pursues. Get. They're lightweight puzzles. It's mostly execution puzzles as opposed to, actual brain teaser kind of thing so far. Be a teleport cabinet there. Song catcher. This song catcher keeps the lullaby of the thief. This is what the old man is looking for. Yeah, this is a teleport cabinet. We travel through the wardrobe.
Oh, burnt one. Little flame, you found it. Does it still keep our song? Fine.
Getting good stuff in GTA lore.
Little soul, you charming little wanderer, my life's companion and body's guest. Where are you off to now? I don't know what I thought would happen. I feel a strange warmth, but just as coal runs deep in the earth, so is the shame a part of me, mine alone to bear.
Last living member of the village at and the last one that was around when the family of the thief was burned. Thief's skull, not in here anymore. Where did she go? The grave of the thief calls one last time.
The girl offered her burning match, her last star. But the cat could tell she needed it all for herself. Grateful for her unconditional kindness, the cat left her to her ghosts.
The matches were plenty, and then there were few. A thief. The door to the flame was open. It's already there. You just haven't lit it yet. Now, if you don't mind, a little spark. And just maybe we'll be able to die for real this time.
For real.
In life, I didn't mind a little lonely.
We'd like to be actually dead now, please and thanks.
The furnace longs to burn once more.
In you get. They even tie the music to that action. Would be the red-eyed thing.
Take it. It's so heavy.
It's the thing that's been chasing us.
Release me. Remove the shroud. Light the match. The match. Light it. Please. One last star. Light the match. Thank you.
Somebody had called out, this does have a lot of the same look that you get out of movies like Coraline. The cat statue has arrived right at the entrance to town now and is purring. For a moment there I was looking around, it's like, which cat is that loud? The Tale of Coalhaven.
Finally settled in front of a giant burning furnace. In its bright flames, she could glimpse a dark future. This did not matter to her, for now she was eternally warm and at peace.
Follow Housey, our mobile home. Such... The world has a feel of being alive just from having, like, odd things moving around. Things that aren't immediately tied to what you're doing. Hey there, Tass. The oracles again.
The flame burns still, and the fire has spread along the walk. The cold takes its toll, and Potboy's flame flickers. But it is still enough for the climb to Moon Mountain, to light the final fire. The road always leads to Moon Mountain. Hark! His fire belongs to the mountain. It came from beyond the moon. You have always been destined to burn. The soothsayers have spoken.
Really is the rekindling.
There's a fella who watches over the midnight walk, pointy hat and hollow gaze. He's been around longer than you or I. Some say he was one of the first sculptors to have breath. Some say he's not from around here, but from another maker's work table entirely.
Some say he's seen what lies beyond Moon Mountain, but I just think he's lost like the rest of us, and he's waiting for the right one to come along. Waiting for something that'll give him that eureka for his song. He keeps his banjo by his side, but he never plays it. Strange, but he's in no hurry. He's got all the time in the world.
Mythical figures, you know.
The bird one and its flame approaches. The road's been long, hasn't it? And it just keeps on going, don't it?
This is the guy the thing was talking about.
Rest here for a spell. Change is in the air. Warm winds coming in from Coalhaven. I trust you're not pushing that little flame of yours too hard. He is mighty, no question about it. But between you and me, he still has a ways to go until Moon Mountain. Ah, heck, it ain't my place to tell you how to tend your flame. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Ah, to feel at home wherever you walk. How's it? What a friend to have on the road, huh? Now, there's an open door invitation, if I've ever seen one. Go on in then. Get some rest. I'll keep watch. Go on in then. Get some rest. I'll keep watch.
This is your chapter/level transition sequence. There's our darkness friend there. Perhaps the destined to burn thing. Oh. Owsey has been taken. He left his banjo. Old shoes. Very angular area. Do not fear the form. Witness your fears and close your eyes to transform them. For science. Well, we know what this means. Okay. Orange ones are meant to be moved. Red ones teleport you. and blue ones open gates so far. Interesting. Well, that's our gimmick for this level. Okay, we'll need to use... We'll need to use fire to lure them into their positions here. Okay, we need to lure another. Maybe we start here. Oh, well. We light the other candle. There we go. Again, they're not heavy puzzles, but they're interesting. They're enjoyable.
A boatsman went out into a foggy lake to find peace. Then, out of nowhere, came another boat that bumped into his. He cursed whoever was on the other boat, but when the fog cleared, he discovered that it was, in fact, empty.
Like there are deep sea mines floating there. Tell me more, seashell.
sarcophagi are molds, rebirthing the bodies of the burnt one. Failure after failure, they keep coming back. They lie dormant, and then they awake at an appropriate time, during times of dark, to perform a task. The taskmaster unknown, doom spelled on the flip side of a coin. Little dolls in a dollhouse made of matches.
Well, that's sinister. And it does line up. Those sarcophagi are where you come out of if you die. So that is an in-game full explanation for your respawn. Oh, we haven't seen these since the beginning. Beware the grinner. Citizens are advised to hide indoors while the grinners are afoot. The explanation task is that they said they're molds for the body of the burned ones who are kind of activated at a time of darkness to perform a task. They don't know who set the task, but they refer to them as dolls in a dollhouse made of matches. It's when the dark gets too much, these guys get activated to lead the fire to the top of the mountain. And one of the call outs was that they are destined to burn. The grinners take their time, but they catch up in no time. Huh. Oh. You're just awful.
What's a story without a little adversity?
Well. Let's see. It says like 11:15, right? Oh, to fuse. Those say searchlight to me. And we're about to find out because it doesn't look like I can fully evade this one. Those vulture things are got a little bit of the vibe of like a crow, but it seems like they're meant to be vultures. And I believe that thing is the thing that stole Housey. It's my, it is big enough to have done it. Okay. Wonder if it was because I turned back. It's take your time, but they catch up in no time. That whole thing in the ground there looks like the torso of the puppet that we saw moving past on our way to Coalhaven. And I believe it's the sister mask one.
Do you know that dance? Do you know that dance?
Apparently there's a dance.
How far you have come, and on you go, like up into the burning light. But behold, a craftsman, one of the first beings ever to wander the clay. Like you, his heart is ashen, barren, yet ripe for tasty stories. By now, you must have learned there can be no tale without spark. No spark, no path. Light the fuse. It will guide the poet one, and mayhap feed Moonworld. A symbiosis most reasonable, don't you agree?
Yes, it looks like there's a big hole in his chest.
Do you know that dance?
Without feathers and leave this place. So long as the craftsman laments, lost in his terrible ways you are so sad. Sad.
Into the wardrobe we go. It's like simultaneously little stories about the area as well as stories about what you are and what you're doing. Oh, 2 more fuses to light, I guess. Okay. Lighting that fuse led to another fuse opening another door. Oh, cool. you get the opportunity to do this periodically, and there's no indication that you have to. This, if I had to guess, we are looking out of that hole I mentioned. Interesting. Quick break, then we resume. And we return. Ooh. Beverage. Through the next wardrobe.
Fire's back on the menu, crows.
Like he sucked up the flame. There's a respawn sarcophagus ahead.
I see you. Not a crawl closer, Moonbird. I see you. Not a crawl closer, Moonbird.
Yeah, I get the impression he's not going to care that we're not the Moonbird. Nobody does a mad cackle like that.
Avert your greedy... What are you doing back there? I hear you messing around.
Oh.
Stop that. Eyes ever watchful. They want our stories.
Big project. No spark.
Avert your greedy gaze. The moving pictures are not for you.
So it was two things that came together, the star body and the hunched over body.
Liar, eyes on fire.
It's a more disturbing version of liar, liar there. Okay, that is a... tricky. He'll fire on that, and then while he's reloading, we move to the next spot.
Avert your greedy gaze. The moving pictures are not for you.
Right. Man, I don't know what language that is, but again, accents over vowels generally tell me I'm going to get it wrong.
Avert your greedy gaze. The moving pictures are not for you. The pictures. They are moving again.
Forbidden. It is forbidden. It is forbidden.
Hush, no talking in the theater, fools.
No. Oh, you can see a human hand in there. Holding the right arm. One night, the craftsman woke from a deep slumber. Though the sun has gone, my heart still has fire. Knocking over all the trees for, I guess, reasons. Last statement didn't seem too angering to me. Knocked over the trees and is placing towns, I guess. Houses, but... My city is grand, and yet... Okay, it is hollow.
What happened? More stories.
Stories. How I cherish them. Real as clay, as palpable as the midnight air. All we have left once the dark has taken the last campfire from us. The projectors tell a story of failure. The craftsman projects it onto his creations. He keeps building, building without love for his craft. He needs to see it.
Vibe of there's something missing, but I don't understand, so I'll just keep doing this thing. Hey there, King. Welcome.
The potter, stuck in the sinking clay in which he had dug so greedily, spoke his final verse. Here was I born, and here I lived. My refuge was the clay, and now the clay has played me false in a most grievous way.
The clay tunnels, I guess. Awful lot of those grinners.
Three blind explorers discovered a sleeping beast. Each of them touched it and described it to one another. Its skin is coarse, said one. No, its ears are big, exclaimed another. The teeth are its most prominent feature, declared the third. Who was right or wrong mattered little, as the
That
beast
fire was
awoke
making a circuit.
and ate them all.
We've seen the salt grinder or the pepper box thing before. Here I shall create my masterpiece. It is the sister doll that we see its torso and head in the plaza, and we also start marching down the road with a hammer. My daughter. Maybe it was the daughter. Can't remember what the exact naming was, but by the fire of my heart, live. Rule my city. You could see the hand with a wire control behind, making the daughter doll move. You can see the wires off its hand. Neat. That is such a good touch. To include the actual, like, stop motion animations as video in the game that replicates a stop motion look. Well, they clearly have a problem with their asserted ruler. Just stop that game. This is the end, then why am I? Oh, okay, that was some model stretch there. Hey, bud. Dark itself is the key. Focus on the eye symbol and close your eyes. Well, yeah. Yeah. You can load the match lock with matches. Yes, yes. Those are things that have been in the game. Take that, storage systems. Yeah, you can light fuses. Bit of a hitch and collision there. Oh, those lamps have like a body. There are 3 more candles to light. And it looks like there are kind of tar patches around the edges. Which do not impact them, but would impact me. Other candles. Clean ways to reach them. There's one patrolling around this building, I think. Okay, he loops. He does not go into that corner there. Think? Let's find out. Should see it walk by, which will give us an opportunity to move again. As soon as they start to pursue, they're on you. Is that last candle. It's gonna be like over that way, right? There we go. There, Crow Doctor. Sneaking. Creepy little guys, aren't they? Be again. There's our gate. Hello there. Oh, he added another person. If you look, they're kind of mushy replications of her. Light the fuse. How are you doing today, Crow Doctor? Oh, this one has louder music. The Craftsman's Heart. Daughter did not wish to rule, and in the dark she had dreams of her own. Like, she is a fully wired and articulated puppet. Her kind of replicas are just clay mush in her shape. What might be green screen clothes, but could just be like shadow outfits. Yeah, on the puppeteer is such a good touch. Where is your crown? You were meant to rule. So, first she... Oh. It's...
Look at these sorry reflections of the daughter. None of them will ever dance. Ever feel the warmth of their maker's heart. They can never be enough.
Oh, that's a rough life for them. So they are, you know, crude replicas. So the next question will be, what did the crafter do to her?
Son, the weaver was convinced she had lost him to the dark. One night there came a knock upon the door. "It's your son," said a voice. "Please let me in." Thinking this was some cruel spirit come to mock her grief, she remained silent until her son gave up and left, never to return again.
All this mold and spores in the air. Sphinctery. Oh man, look at them all. Yeah, they seem like once they're aggroed, they catch you as soon as you would turn around or stop, I think. I mean, I guess we have to go for the one that it's pointing at for sure then? You have to, in the order that it points at them. Sarcophagus back there. Whatever these things are. The shadow of the craftsman again there. Her shadow. Huh. So from this angle, it's the craftsman. From this angle, it's the daughter. So sure what we're shooting for. That seems to be the craftsman, correct?
Most of my life, I've been afraid of the dark. When I was little, my childminder got annoyed with me and tossed me into a wardrobe as punishment. She let me sit there, alone, and I sat perfectly still so that
Quality
no
childcare.
monsters would notice me. It was the longest, most terrible 15 minutes. Many years later, I don't know what happened, but now I love sitting alone in the dark. I get into the wardrobe, close the doors, and I sit perfectly still. It's like a void, empty, but not cold, where nothing exists and everything is possible.
Some of the things on those radios, you know? Okay, let's try to get the daughter lined up then. Come on now. So the craftsman turned away. To shift the light around. Getting them to come closer together would make sense, but they're centrally located and the light seems to be branching them off onto their walls. Maybe that I can move that light. That's how she appears in the town square. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. All right, now let's rotate it around fully to get it so he's reaching for that. There we go. There we go. So she turned away and left. Welcome back, little buddy. Took me a moment to get to get that last thought you had there, Tess. Looking down, you could see the things come screaming past right after you left. Light it up. Our next little movie. Down in front. Part 4. They fought. Stomps the crown. Daughter, why? Okay, that's what she was carrying. It looked like a hammer, but she was carrying what looked like a metal version of that. It's a little bindle. Don't leave me in the dark. Puppeteering can be so interesting looking. Yeah, the heart stopped. As his fire went, so the craftsman escaped into his hollow creation. Yeah, he is at the center of this massive town that he keeps building.
Isn't that just the way the father hoped the daughter would fill his heart with fire, failing to see that she needed a fire of her own? His princess danced away, and he stayed behind, cemented in his ancient groove. The heart is a bottomless pit, never sated, always craving for more. Enough. Keep on walking the midnight walk then. Don't run. All the way to your infernal doom. She will be there to gobble up the empty.
So the more we go along, the more frequently there have been references to the fact that the burnt one burns at the end. Now we have a she will be there to gobble up the embers. What do they mean? Like, is it meant to be a reference to the daughter or something else that we haven't encountered yet? Light it up. It undulates. Oh, geez. Heartburn. Ha 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 ha. And then it exploded. The wardrobe again. Didn't notice that he's even built some of the town on his back and on top of his head. Neat. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, I think it's meant to be he's carrying us right now. Yep. Just got set down. Neat.
The Wanderer asked the craftsman, "How do you make such perfect sculptures?" To which he replied, "Oh, there's nothing to it, really."
And there's the crafted bindle over his shoulder, too.
Find the sculpture already waiting inside a tree. And then it's just a matter of carving it out.
Yeah, on our way here, walking in the opposite direction that we were going, the daughter with the same kind of little pseudo bindle walked by. You know, substantially smaller, but that's neat. Even before the story began, for that level, we had the biggest event in the story. Like, the major event was her leaving.
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods, and we exchange letters to this day.
So many things you just spot from a glance. Like, they don't stand there for you to look at them or similar. They're just kind of traveling in the distance. So we have, like, almost like power lines. And now we're seeing kind of antenna on top of these houses.
Hark! Not very far now. Not very far. The flame longs to be free. Caged, it cannot truly burn. How beautiful. How tantalizing. It is simply the way of fire. It is what it is. It is what it is. You must release it at the summit. The soothsayers have spoken.
The Midnight Walk. So it was that the burnt one and a small flame took a wander down the Midnight Walk. Really implies that we're approaching the end here. Dangling from high in the sky. I wonder what those are supposed to be. They have the look of match heads, so are they supposed to be kind of reminiscent of a candelabra? Some of those down below would imply that. Neat. It's very pretty music. All these matches. Yeah, like that. Silent Night. Akin to a menorah. Oh, him stopping and pointing at it. Yeah, he wants them lit in sequence. But only when he goes over to point at them. Also, welcome, Silent Night. Welcome. Okay, he's on autopilot. So it's jumping us along, kind of following him. Yeah, The fire wants to burn. Oops. Well, now look what you done. Are we going to transition chapters now, Potboy? Yep. That is akin to, we found one that was sitting broken like that too. Well, thanks for the follow, what should? Okay, we have to go get the fragment there. Get all those grinners up there. Just swarms of them. So there's the implication that that's what happens when they burn out, the little flames. And there's the darkness. Has given us the shard back.
When the nameless maker lost his creation to the dark, he went back to the great drawing board. In his desperation to regain control, he made an attempt to sculpt the face of the dark itself, something he thought he'd glimpsed in his nightmares. But the face wormed itself out of his mind's eye, and instead his twisted sculptures came alive, grinning and many-legged. Thus, the grinners escaped and seeped into this world, as a reminder to the Maker that there's always something to smile about, even when things don't go the way you hoped.
Wow. His eldritch nightmares became living things in the midst of his created world, as a reminder that he should smile more. Shard of Potboy, touched by the dark itself. Back to the great drawing board. A lot less grin and much more like lips peeled back. Yep, it's a darker patch there. Yeah, there's a... raises more questions about this whole created world.
Whoa there. You look like you're about to move a mountain. That's what I get for trying to get in the way of a flame and its destination. Let him walk.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it, Tess?
Ain't nothing gonna stop
I mean, the
now,
darkness has
looks like.
helped us throughout the whole thing.
Fairly well now, Bud One. You're going to Moon Mountain, and that walk is for you alone. You have a tough decision ahead of you to make, just like the ones who came before. But they're all long gone. In the end, all there's left to follow is your own heart.
Just all of these matches gathered up in here. That's where we're supposedly going, up there. Big old anchor. Big old boats. Very bright lights. Campfire ahead, maybe? Oh. Those ahead weren't boats.
When I was a child, I exchanged letters with a monster in the woods. We were best pals, and we shared all our secrets with each other. One day, my sister told me that the monster wasn't real, that she'd written me all those letters to play a joke on me. But the joke's on her, because I knew the truth about the monster in the woods, and we exchange letters to this day. Oi, you're the caretaker of this little fireball? What were you thinking, letting him run off? Don't you know how precious he is? Oh, yes you are, a real sunbeam. Who took the sun away? We Merkles used to ask until it finally ceased to matter. Night skies like these, trouble seems so far away, doesn't it? I mean, isn't this just exactly my point? I used to be afraid of the dark, so much so that I became obsessed with these huge electric lamps left behind by the craftsmen of old. Couldn't pry myself away from them. I'd sleep outdoors and under their blinding radiance. One day, I woke up to the noise of quivering planks and nails. And would you believe it was my own house leaving me? It had gotten so restless it grew a pair of legs, took a name, and went on a hike. Housey was its name, bless its soul. Houses have no imagination. But I bet it had a grander adventure than I could ever imagine.
It's our little traveling house that Potboy incinerated. Which the Merkle has reminded him of.
One. Keep him nurtured and safe, and you'll always find yourself in the right place. Through the rain, in the dark, and over Moon Mountain.
The thing in the Who Stole the Sun little movie reel that you get as some of the collectibles is a Merkle. And to some extent implied to be this Merkle. that's ominous. That doesn't seem good. Isn't this kind of what it looked like when we found him?
What is the dark? Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities? For fools lost in the woods? A terrible void where all your nightmares come true. The dark could be a friend, perhaps a space where we might find each other, all of us equal under its cloak.
Those monsters are apparently like discarded clay from beneath the that was drawn from beneath the workbench. Need to, light it.
The dark could be an embrace and the release of the old, like taking off a tight shoe, laying bare one's feet, and taking a first step onto
Mulgrams.
a new adventure.
Definitely an ending sequence. Or has that vibe,
The dark could be a moment of clarity and calm, a break through icy clouds and the shameful stories we tell ourselves that fetter us to the clay and mud.
The coal village where all of the people had frozen to death after their furnace went out, and they didn't have matches to relight it because the little girl had been taking the matches to kind of create her own little private stars to gaze at. The townsfolk, were upset that they were all going to freeze to death and cornered her and her family in their house and burned them. And pretty much the entirety of the village had turned into revenants, ashamed of what they had done. And the last survivor was the elder of the village. Match.
The dark could be the space and time that we need to recover from the death of a dream and the quiet promise of new beginnings waiting on the other side of grief.
Yeah, it was, it seems like you spent at least your last matches to finish them, to kill them off. And some of the conversations with them were less about them actually being out of matches and more that she was using them up and that they needed to get more. So it was unclear if it was really that she had effectively doomed them and more that she was taking an important resource that was going to be difficult for them to restore, but not impossible.
In the end, the dark remains a mystery, its secrets locked away behind the stars. But one can rest assured that it is always there, watching, patiently waiting for us to enter it, with fire in our hearts and with eyes wide open.
Wow. Those eyeballs turned inside out a moment. That was not pretty. Tale of Moon Mountain.
You've arrived. Hark! Your fire is dying, but the last embers will light the final fireplace and send your pot boy home. Can you do what you must? Naturally, you must. It is destined, and you will be loved and forgotten.
You don't tell me what to do.
The soothsayers have spoken the last words. It has been an honor to watch your journey to the work table's edge. Now go and burn. Burn.
You guys be more sinister? I wonder if you're trying as hard as you could. There we go. The Grinner. Smile though your heart is aching. I mean, that they have the withered, twisted flesh. The skin around the eyes is pulled back and inflamed. The skin around the mouth is also pulled back, like they would have trouble closing their mouth. Hinges embedded in the side of the head with the iron mask corroded over it. Just like, that's a messed up critter. Yeah. Like, it's been on their skin for so long that it's leaching in. First time we've had a creature that we can essentially kill. We've had one that will go away if we close our eyes. We've had some that we can freeze if we do that.
The first two-legged beings did prosper under the first sun, but it didn't matter how much they bathed in its light, they craved more. They sought to cage the sun, harness its power, and make it theirs. But the makers in their foresight had put the sun far, far away. So far that no creature could reach it. That's why, in their desperation, the two-legged ones began to collect matches, lighting them like minuscule suns of their own. But there are only so many matches in this world, and one day they'll run out, and they shall once again look to the sun.
Is it possible that that Moon Mountain is only the moon because it hasn't been lit yet? But the last one was spending the time emphasizing that, you know, darkness is not some intrinsically evil force or something like that. It's been helping us through the whole journey at the periphery. Alright, that's a grinner with an eye. I wonder if we could avoid dissipating these guys. Bunch of shattered pot boys. They crack like that when their fire goes out. The hands with blind eyes in them. Okay. The cold mechanic again. How that synced to the music is so cool. That's a lot of shattered pot boys.
It's just gone. I had this wretched gut feeling like something was up, like something was on the way, a danger I never could have guessed. I figured that's just how I always feel, and my worries seldom come true. And now here I am, and I have been for some time now, and it just won't come back. I'm thinking, while I had it, I didn't know what to do with it, how to care for it, enjoy it. But if I had it again tonight, I'd probably waste it all over again.
That's kind of cryptic. It's the kind of phrasing you usually get with, like, love and family and that kind of thing. Variations on Potboy. You have the little bipedal ones. You have the gigantic ones that are largely just a head. So intense. Drama. Giant paper mache ball. That he can't reach. Oh, well, that's... the burned out remnants of Housie. He's going to stand under it so that he can reach. It is. Moon Mountain is an unlit sun. This might be the "you're destined to burn" thing. What do you think, folks? Continue burning it or stop? It's... my understanding of it is the burn path is sacrifice yourself. This is very much a Dark Souls rekindling moment. This is true, Tass. Boop. relighting it is also perpetuating the cycle. That was a head hanging out with one of the bodies. This is the thief from the furnace village, the coal town. Fade away. Keep on walking the midnight walk. So now this is really like full-on Starry Night that we've got going now. Like the colors are a bit odd. Can't remember what the setting was on monitors where it's like saturation or something like that that gives this kind of effect. You know, less differentiation, or I'm sorry, less gradient between the colors.
Once upon a time, some folk on the other side of this and that had the most strange and beautiful dream. I hope that tonight you caught a glimpse of it, and I wish you the levity and grace to smile in the darkest of times and on the way down your midnight walk.
That's good. That's good. I'm curious as to what happens the other way, but like with a lot of these games, I do like the idea of seeing where your choices take you. Like, it's nice when the game gives you an opportunity to hop back and see how things unfold. Um, but I think there's value, especially in a very narrative choice game like this, in just doing what you think at the time, as opposed to going for what is optimal, you know? Looking it up and finding out which is the best choice is play through your story. And this doesn't feel like it was a bad ending. Just going to let the credits cycle. There's a, return to main menu, press escape there, but we'll let them cycle. I think that's a big aspect with really getting the feel of those. Now, it's possible that when a developer is making a choices matter game, that they're not really giving you a choice in the story. What they're saying is, would you like this reward or that reward? And I still find that to not be terribly fun, because it feels like it didn't really matter at that point. But when it is things unfold accordingly, then that can be good, especially if the impact of the choices are spread out in such a way that there's less immediate, you get this in exchange kind of stuff. Yeah. Mary Morgan as the daughters, not the daughter. It's the original daughter was the one that he made to rule, but all of the kind of crude replicas that he made after are still the daughters, the other daughters. There can also be, I think, a place for a choice that doesn't matter. Where you make a choice to try to do something, but it does not accomplish that thing. Like, you can try, or the action you take is the action you take, but it does not change what's going to happen. There can be merit in that, because it's still the act of trying is a choice. Or the snoring office dog. I do have the closing credit music off right now. It's music at the beginning and end of games tends to be a little more vulnerable. Haven't had any issues on the YouTube VODs yet. But I would say, if you're wondering if the soundtrack of this game is good, I think it is. Like, every part of it so far. Both in just the raw music, but also in how they put it into the game. Like those moments where the wind is in time with beats of the music, where the music kind of restarts and hits another big burst when the potboy further ignites a key thing. I appreciate that their testing team is listed here. That is, testers are something, that is a group that absolutely deserves to be in the credits. Frankly, way more than executives. Testers, QA, all of those groups need full credit as part of the development process. Testers in particular often get no credit at all, or actually are kind of considered totally expendable resources. But that is a job that a lot of people romanticize, where they're like, oh, you get to play games for a living. It's no, you get to test things in a game for a living. I remember an old story where somebody was saying like, yeah, oh, you get to play games. He's like, you know what my last testing task was? Testing the CD tray in the Xbox 360. That was my job, doing stress tests on that CD tray, where I would press the button to do it, observe that it worked, press the button to close it, over and over and over, and record the results each time, verifying that it did what it thought it was doing. I wonder if it is Silent Night, whether the choice in this is to, like, are you actually saving people? Or are you just giving them another period of sunlight? What are the ramifications of what you've done? Because there was the marker of, like, the darkness isn't bad. There was the marker of you are destined to burn, Like, what are you actually deciding? Right. Is it actually what they want? Is it something they need? Because many of the people that we encountered was as if it was other things to do. A lot of times it was like they got access to fire and that made things go bad. The Mulgrams in the head, the somebodies and nobodies, the Coalhaven folks. It was the fire, the hoarding of flames and similar was the problem. So would it be good to, like, is it going to be any better to give them the new sun that would supposedly burn out after a while again? Is it going to change anything? Because our actions as far as going through and resolving things seem to have had a fully positive impact on these places. That is true, Tass. It could be a reasonable allegory for money. I think definitely like the Mulgrams and the Coalhaven place. Or, with... It's like coveting various things. It's, we want this fire for ourselves. We want this thing you have. You stole something from us that we would have to work to restore. Yeah. Coalhaven, I think in particular, was that the solution was actually working through the consequences of their actions. Like, there was initially the blame that, like, she killed us. But as it went on, it was, look what we did. And we can't rest because of what we did. Yep. It's when the Maker made his daughter, he had expectations for her. It wasn't even it wasn't even clear that that's really what he wanted. It's his initial creation. He didn't think it was enough, so he made her and made her to rule. But it's not clear that he found fulfillment in that either, and was largely upset that she didn't do what he wanted her to do. So he deprived her of what she wanted without it being clear that that's ultimately what he wanted. The solution to that, like, before the level even really begins, we see her having already left. Like, her having left that place has just happened when we arrive, really. And the resolution to that is getting him to move on. And it described it in the darkness moment as darkness could be taking the space you need apart from something important from you to work it out. You know, to come to terms with the current state of things. So I feel like the idea of bringing the flames is positioned as, are you going to banish the darkness after all? The darkness is presented as this scary thing throughout the game. But this act of, like, this noble sacrifice that you could be doing is denial of this thing that has been potentially viewed as the positive thing you've been doing. On top of the fact that it's giving you the way to move forward. Throughout the game, it is giving you the tool that you need to start solving the problems. Those ethereal keys, it gives you back the shard of Potboy. So it is facilitating the opportunity for you to make a choice to get rid of it. It's very interesting. There's plenty to unpack in this game, and I like it when games do that. Might I revisit this to see the other ending? Maybe. Might look it up. See what the alternative is, but I do like the idea of make your choices and play through the game, and to some extent make your choices once. That doesn't apply to games that do this badly. There are games where the choice is, do you want a reward or not? Do you want the good thing or do you want this bad thing? You know, do you want 500 golds or a bop on the nose? There are games that do it badly. I still find the Persona games doing choices badly because they're not really choices. They are time allocations. As in, you aren't making a choice to not get that. You aren't making a choice that results in something you get. You're making a choice to not get to do something. And that's less good. That's frankly not good. As far as a choice game. If you view it as a time optimization game, then it's a good execution of that. But I don't consider those choice games. If I was going to play through those, I would have a guide next to me of how to make sure you actually get to see the whole story. Yeah, it's when there's a lot of different results from your choices, then that can be a lot of fun, is exploring different options. I am, tomorrow, barring some new catastrophe, we're going to be playing more 100 Line. That game touts itself as having 100 different endings. Now, some of them are going to be lighter than others, but the assertion of the developer is none of them are just bad end, you lose. I think aside from just a handful of them where you essentially make a choice to just die kind of things. Like, it's overt. So the first choice in the game is, do you want to play this game? And it gives you a very comedic answer if you say, no, actually, I don't want to play the game. But we haven't actually encountered a major choice again yet. And I want to see what that's like. If it holds true, and if the same mechanisms are in place in that game, it could have a great deal of replay value. We'll see, though. But I hope everybody had a good time playing the Midnight Walk with us tonight. It's a really enjoyable game. I don't know that if you enjoyed watching it, that it's necessarily worth playing yourself. But if you enjoyed the music and the atmosphere, it could be a good experience still. I think that can be an interesting thing with Let's Plays, is if even in a narrative game you still want to experience it yourself, I feel like the developer stuck the landing. Yes. Exactly. You know, bare minimum, if you liked the soundtrack, they have that available. I think they do. Might be telling a lie. Let's find out. Do. Be kind of a shame if they didn't. It's not available on Steam. That's, frankly, kind of shocking. Oh. But additionally, if you have access to it and you wanted a different play experience, that game can be in VR. That would make some of those sequences way more intense. But yeah, it's, if you think you could, that you would like the experience again, if you want to figure out maybe what the other ending is, then it's always available. Ah, okay. Tess says you can get the soundtrack on Bandcamp. If I could find music like that for my stream music, I would. That is akin to what I already try, but it is what I aspire to in building this soundtrack, or in building my stream music list. But yeah. It is available on Steam. The game's currently at about $40. So if you want to experience it yourself, if you want to support the devs, you can find it there. There is a link to the store page in the video description on YouTube. But with that said, if you like what you saw and you'd like to see more, please remember to like, follow, subscribe. Throw me a comment in the video. I try to respond to all of them. If you'd like to consider financially supporting the channel, you can do so through channel membership, subscriptions, Patreon, Coffee. For things outside of the platform, there are links in the link tree that can be found in the video descriptions and bios. But with that said, I hope the rest of your day is good, and I'll see you next time, which should be tomorrow.